Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack44227TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video.
What? Oh my, man, quite an interesting trip by Fahara's. Oh man, I guess pretty much going a whole month without doing a What the Pickup episode. Man, really took a lot out of me for sure, so. Whew, yeah. But hey, I guess I need a little something for sure to help bridge the gap hands down, and yeah, all that sort of stuff, so yeah. Well, I guess on that thought alone, it has in fact been a while since I've actually done pretty much an episode of this show, so we might as well do it properly, and yeah, good thing I actually got pretty much on my new camera all set up pretty much just for that, so I mean, come on, if I can actually film some new episodes of CGS, aka a Cosplayer's Guide to Success, with my new camera, surely I could do the same thing with, of course, this show for sure, so I wonder if Trainboy54 will actually catch on to pretty much the change in camera quality on this show. Well, I'll give him some time to see on how he'll adjust for sure, so. But yeah, anyways, you kind of know the drill, of course, on that front, but for those who don't, we might as well do it properly, so yeah, anyways, hey guys, this is SamAttack4427 here, and well, I guess it has been a while since I've actually done one of these for sure, so yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, welcome back everybody to another episode, or I guess in this case, the very first episode with my new equipment that I actually got not too long ago, of course, the show that you all know and love for sure, which is of course, WTPU, aka, What the Pickup? Now, as you may recall, in the last episode of the show, which you can see right down over here, I talked about the plush version of course, Free Run from the anime Free Run Beyond Journey's End, to which, yeah, I actually was lucky enough to get during my time at NocoCon well over a month ago for sure, and yeah, I gotta say, with what I've actually seen by far, I really do love on how this plush actually turned out for sure. It really is actually quite amazing on how it actually turned out, and yeah, I say it was actually a real good timing, hands down, since after I came out of course, watching Free Run Beyond Journey's End for sure, which yeah, it was actually a really great anime from what I've actually seen. I'm really glad that I got to viewing it for sure, so So yeah, so I guess pretty much it makes sense for me to get that Sega plush for sure, and I'm really happy with how it turned out for sure. Definitely a really great one that I got during my time at NokoCon for sure, and it was actually well worth it, hands down. So yeah. And hard to believe that this was, of course, the final episode of course, the show that I did with, of course, my old camera for sure. But hey, I gotta adapt to the times somehow for sure, so yeah, but anyways, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. If you want to check that episode out for yourself, then don't worry about a thing. There's a card over there, over at the top right corner of the screen, as well as, of course, the link to it down the description box below, So yeah, whichever you prefer, go right ahead, I'll wait till you come back. Yeah, take all the time you need. I'll be here by the time you come back for sure, so yeah, I'm just gonna be here sitting in my chair right up until you come back for sure, and yeah, I guess it is actually quite interesting that given to my new camera that I actually got, my room somehow feels a whole lot more wider, hands down, all the way, like, yeah, like you can actually see the two pretty much walls pretty much beside, of course, my regular filming spot for sure. Really quite interesting change, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, I guess given to what I've actually shown off in the previous episode, maybe I guess it is actually really quite nice that I was lucky enough to finally get my free run cosplay done sometime after I did this particular episode, hands down. I mean, yeah, I guess I could have gotten that done earlier for sure. But I guess a lot of people that I know of were very understanding of course, the predicament I was actually in during the time. Especially the voice of Free Run herself, Mallory Rogak, for sure. And actually, yeah, I think she would be really quite thrilled to finally see me in my Free Run cosplay for sure. I definitely need to bear that in mind if I ever do see her again at another convention later on, so that'll be quite nice. Alright, I guess if you did already see the last episode of this show, we might as well go ahead and start up this episode as we normally do. Well, I guess given to, of course, what we've done in the previous episode, leading to where we are right now with my new equipment, yeah, I think much like all my other videos, of course, this channel for sure, it is, of course, a fresh new start to, of course, this show for sure, and yeah, I gotta say, I think with what I'm actually seeing by far with my new camera and stuff that I actually got for sure, I think it's really helping out a whole lot, especially for when I'm actually upping the production quality and, of course, my videos, so yeah, I think that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. But don't worry about a thing, we are the same show that we all know and love for sure, so yeah, just with the different camera and stuff, but the show is still exactly the same for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front, so yeah, I guess for today's episode, hands down, yeah, I guess given to all that, you know, it's actually quite interesting, given to this season alone, it's actually been a while since I've actually covered a pretty much model trains and stuff, particularly the Bachmann Hornby Thomas range that I actually bought myself for sure. And yeah, I guess it has been a while since I've actually done one of those for sure, so I think I might need to do another one for sure, so yeah, what can I talk about? What could I talk about that would be worthy enough to do a What the Pickup episode on? Wait, I think I got it. And I think I already got them on standby for sure, so I think it's time that we finally get to do it, so So yeah, looks like we're covering a couple of items that we got in the Bachmann Thomas and Friends range once again for sure. And well, it has been a while since I've actually bought any items from that range for sure. So what could be some great ones that I actually got very recently that's worthy enough to talk about on this show? Well, it's these two. So yeah, what I got right here is, of course, two new additions to the Bachmann Thomas range that I finally got here, right here in my hands for sure, and that be, of course, on Toby's museum coaches for sure. So yeah, I am really thrilled to finally find pretty much some good listings for these two for sure, and I gotta guess pretty much if anything, I'm lucky enough to get them off of eBay very recently. So yeah, I think it's actually gonna be quite interesting for me to talk about. I've been wanting to talk about these two coaches for quite some time now for sure, and well, the time is right for me to finally do exactly that for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So I guess given to all that, I guess the question pretty much to all of that is, well, how do these two coaches fare up in such a way? Well, let's not waste any more time, and let's take a look at them.
Alright guys, it looks like we're back down once again, down on the floor once again, hands out, and yeah, looks like with what we're seeing right in front of us, looks like we're finally talking about Toby's museum coaches for once. So yeah, it's been a long time coming, but it looks like we're finally doing it properly this time, and yeah, I gotta say, with what I'm actually seeing with these two right in front of us for sure, boy, I am really looking forward to actually talking about these two hands down. Now, if you may recall, I think probably back several years ago, Bachmann has, of course, released these two coaches hands down as part of the Thomas and Friends range for sure, obviously, and yeah, I guess pretty much from what I can recall, when I heard the news that they were going to be pretty much doing this, pretty much these coaches for sure, I got myself really excited hands down, as I kind of forgot the name of the episode for sure, but I do recall it is actually based around the one where Toby is afraid that he'll be sent over to the museum that they're opening on Sodor for sure, only to find that he's actually a Naga hands down. So yeah, I do indeed apologize if I forgot the name of course, the episode for sure. But if any of you guys know, feel free to comment down below. I think it would really mean a whole lot for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front hands down. So yeah, I guess given to all that, I guess pretty much when I heard the news, I really do think there's a lot of potential in Toby's museum coaches being made into some new Bachmann models for sure, as part of the Thomas and Friends range for sure. Which I guess it is no big surprise, of course, at that front, because, well, I have talked about several items in the Bachmann Thomas and Friends range for quite a long time now, for sure, which is saying a whole lot, given for the fact that I really do love getting the models from that range ever since 2009, for sure. So yeah, I guess I give it to all that. Of course, I want to see Bachmann trains actually continue on with the range and actually grow and evolve with some new models for sure. Some of which I do want to see different versions and incarnations of the exact same models that came around beforehand for sure. And I guess in this case alone, the museum coaches right in front of us for sure actually took a lot of basis from the pretty much the branch line, the red coaches, or of course the red branch line coaches that came around beforehand, to which I did talk about well over a decade ago on this show for sure. So So yeah, I guess it is actually quite interesting, of course, that front. So I think given to all that, hands down, I do think there's a lot of potential in that. So I was kind of hoping I would actually get those two for sure. Probably, I think, some time ago to see on how they fare up. And, well, luckily enough, I did manage to get these two straight off of eBay not too long ago. I got some really good deals, hands down, for sure, as they only each cost about nearly $40 for sure. So that's actually a real good deal, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. And luckily enough, by the time I'm recording this episode for sure, they had just arrived as we speak, and I just literally got off of work for sure. Yeah, just to be agreeing to, of course, these two coaches for sure, which I really do think is actually quite nice. Yeah, literally came home from work, picked up my paycheck, the latter of which I did get a nice raise for sure, so that's awesome. So yeah, only to be greeted with, of course, these two that you're seeing right in front of us. So yeah, pretty good deal, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, now that we actually got that taken care of, I think we can now examine and go over them through my first impressions, hands down, to see how they do. And starting with, of course, the main coach, as we can see here, yeah, based on my first impressions from the packaging alone, it actually does look really quite nice for sure. I can definitely see the coach itself pretty much looking all fancy schmancy, pretty much from what I'm actually seeing from the packaging. And yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, it really is actually quite nice for sure. So yeah, I think that's what I could say on that. And I can make the same argument for the break coach that we got as well, for sure. Yeah, I really do dig what they were actually going for with, of course, this one. And I am really digging the really nice, pretty much the paintwork for sure. And yeah, I guess it's what I could say on that front for sure. So yeah, and you may notice pretty much around the time I got those two models for sure, the packaging for both of them is rather rather different for sure, with, of course, this one being made in the old style that came around beforehand, while, of course, this one is, of course, in the pretty much the more new and recent style that we've actually seen in several recent Bachmann Thomas models that we got beforehand. So yeah, but I guess in all honesty, they're both pretty much the same, hands down, for sure. So yeah, the packaging may be a little different, but they are the exact same models for sure. So I guess pretty much of anything, yeah, it is actually really quite interesting to compare and contrast for sure with, of course, something old and something new for sure. But the one thing that does remain the same, hands down, is, of course, pretty much as usual, is, of course, pretty much the back showcasing all the differing, pretty much, yeah, all the differing, pretty much rolling stock that you'll get in the Thomas & Friends range for sure, which, yeah, I really do think is actually quite nice for sure, giving you something to what they have to offer, hands down, to really grow your collection by a ton for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I could say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, given to all that, based on my first impressions alone, yeah, I really do think Toby's museum coaches that we're seeing right in front of us really is actually quite amazing, and I'm excited to see on what we're going to be getting ourselves into. And luckily enough, that is exactly what we're going to do, hands down, because, well, with my trusty pair of scissors on hand for sure, we're going to pretty much open these boxes, open these packages up and see where we can go from there for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I could say, of course, that front. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get these opened up right about now. Alrighty then, well, I guess pretty much it took me some time, but yeah, looks like we finally got Toby's museum coaches out of their packaging for sure, and holy shit, I gotta say, with what I'm actually seeing, yeah, they really actually do look really incredible for sure. Yeah, I think with what I'm actually seeing by far, these actually really came out quite nice for sure. Yeah, I think you can definitely see pretty much starting with the main coach for sure. Again, it pretty much took the basis of course, pretty much the red branch line coaches that we've actually seen previously. But actually decided to give it a really nice new bit of paintwork for sure. And yeah, I guess with what I'm actually seeing, you can definitely see the hag pretty much has this really nice brown coloring all around it for sure, with some really nice white paintwork and stuff for all sorts of detailing and stuff, mainly throughout most of the windows, pretty much throughout the coach for sure, and yeah. Yeah, I guess pretty much from what I'm actually seeing, it really is actually quite incredible for sure. I really do dig on what they were actually going for with, of course, pretty much this one hands down. And yeah, I think they did do a bang-up job on, of course, all that. And, of course, I can make the same argument for the break coach that we also got in addition to that for sure. So yeah, I think given to what I'm actually seeing by far, they really putting a lot of hard work and effort into, of course, pretty much this one hands down for sure, to really actually pretty much make these look great, almost like pretty much Bachmann is actually telling you, hey, we all know that Toby has actually pulled some coaches to take to several people to the museum for sure, so why don't we actually make these coaches look like something Toby would actually take people to the museum? And I think that's pretty much what they actually did, of course, all that for sure. So yeah, I guess given to what I'm actually seeing, it really is actually quite amazing to actually witness all that for sure. Yeah, you can tell they really want to make these the best that they can to really make these look incredible for sure. And yeah, I think given to what I'm actually seeing by far, I think it really does show, of course, all that hands down. So yeah, I think given to what I'm actually seeing by far, seeing them up close and personal from what I can gather, yeah, they really turned out quite great for sure. And I'm impressed with what they actually did hands down. So yeah, I think they really deliver on the selling point, and of course, providing some good coaches Toby will actually take for several people wanting to check out the museum for sure. Which is actually quite interesting to actually note. If I ever die at some point, hands down, do you know what I would do? I want to see all of my Bachmann and Horby Thomas models be donated to a museum for sure. I gotta make sure to note that down pretty much when the time is right for, of course, my will. But hey, maybe I'm getting way too ahead of myself for sure, So yeah, but that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, given to what I'm actually seeing by far, I really do think they really do look great up close for sure. And I'm impressed with the amount of paintwork and detail they actually did to really make these coaches look great for sure. And Bachmann really did do a bang-up job, of course, that front all the way. So yeah, and I know they did the same thing with, of course, pretty much by making the coaches in both pretty much in large scale, which also does look great. And there might be a slight possibility that they might actually make them in N scale as well. But hey, maybe I'm getting way too ahead of myself again, so yeah, but that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah. I think it's what I could say on that. Now, I guess that would lead to the ultimate question. How will they fare up, of course, my layout for sure by the time we give them a massive test run? Well, let's take them up to my layout and let's find out. Alright guys, looks like pretty much from the looks figure right now, we're back up and of course my layout once again for sure, and yeah, really quite interesting to be back up here once again for sure, but regardless of course that front, looks like it's time to give Toby's museum coaches a massive test run for sure, and what better way to do that is of course through, appropriately enough, by having Toby actually taking these coaches for sure. So yeah, I think, I guess given for the fact that pretty much it is his museum coaches that he's pulling, I think it is actually, yeah, quite appropriate enough to actually have Toby himself actually pull these coaches for sure. So yeah. I guess, given to, of course, all that for sure, I think it really is actually quite interesting to note, of course, all that for sure. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing on, of course, how will these pretty much these will actually fare up, of course, my layout for sure, and yeah, I'm definitely trying my best to pretty much keep the focus on, of course, these models for sure, but yeah, I guess either way, yeah, there we go. So, but yeah, I guess either way, pretty much give it to all that for sure. It really is gonna be quite interesting to see on how it'll go for sure. So yeah. So I guess give it to all that. Yeah, I think it'll be really quite interesting to see on where we'll go from there for sure, because yeah, really want to do whatever I can, of course, on my layout for sure. So I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. So yeah, I think with that being said, it looks like with Toby pretty much with his wheels all cleaned up for sure, I think it looks like we're all good to go. And of course, got one of my Bachmann speed controllers pretty much plugged in for sure. So yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and get going right about now. So yeah, with that being said, here we go. Yeah, might as well give it a little push. Oh, yeah, there we go. Finally got it. All right. Yeah. All right, there we go. So alrighty then, well, I guess it looks like it took me pretty much a little time to, of course, pretty much ironing out the kinks, as of course it was a little bumpy on the test run, but it did manage to recover pretty much sometime later for sure. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that despite a few bumps, looks like this test run actually went pretty well, and yeah, looks like with these two that we're seeing right here for sure, really came out quite nice. So yeah, did the job well, Toby. So yeah, good job on that. So yeah, I guess give it to all that. I think it's pretty much what I could say on, of course, that front. So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed what they did with Toby's museum coaches for sure. They all came out really, yeah, they both came out really great for sure. And yeah, I think with everything I'm actually seeing right here, it is, of course, really nicely done, I'm not gonna lie, and they really both came out to be such really great models that we actually got right here. So yeah, pretty much, literally taking the basis of course, the branch line coaches that had, yeah, the red coaches that came out previously for sure, but giving a really nice, specially made, pretty much paintwork for sure to fit within the theme all the way. Really is actually quite admirable for sure. So yeah, I think Bachmann Trains really did do a bang-up job once again with, of course, these two hands out, and I'm glad that I actually got them right here in my hands for sure. So yeah, I guess I give it to all that. I do highly recommend checking these two out for sure. I think they're really going to be really fantastic for sure. If you're a longtime fan of course, getting all these Bachmann Thomas models for sure. So yeah, if that's something up your alley, I say definitely pick these up all the way. You're going to be in for a real great treat for sure. And I know hands down that pretty much these two are actually worth taking a trip to any museum in a nutshell. So yeah, and I guess on that thought alone, I think I might as well end this episode here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and not to mention the very first one that we actually did with my new equipment for sure. So that's actually quite nice. So yeah, let me know down in the comments down below on what you guys thought of this one. I'm quite curious to see on what you guys think. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and, well, there's plenty more where that came from, so I can't wait to see on what we're going to cover next on, of course, this show for sure. What you may ask? Well, we don't know as we speak, but we'll definitely see when the time is right. So yeah, we still got plenty more that we want to cover for sure, so hopefully I think those will turn out great for sure. But I guess until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD and Sam Shepard. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as joining our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTACTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.